Tanya for Chaf Aleph Kislev. This is continuing the Alter Rebbe's compiler of the Foreword, and this is, of course, for a leap year. The Alter Rebbe, and we continue. Alter Rebbe says this is brings a letter to Anash. Yivorchim Tzureim Tzurenu v'Yishmarim. May Hashem, our stronghold, bless and guard them. Aleichem Isham Ekra. To you worthy men do I call. Shimu Elai Ritfit Tzedek Uvakshi Hashem. Listen to me, you who pursue righteousness, who seek Hashem. V'yishma Aleichem Elikim L'Migodavat Kotain. And may Hashem listen to you both in great things and spiritual things and small things. All Anash in our land and in the nearby countries. May each in his own place achieve peace and eternal life. Amen. This is well known. Now, the Alter Rebbe is going to explain. Alter Rebbe took him 20 years to write the Tanya, and one of the reasons why the Alter Rebbe wrote the Tanya is to have a book that if anybody has any questions in anything, he can find those answers in Tanya. Alter Rebbe didn't have time to go and start meeting every single person individually on Yechidus. So the Alter Rebbe is telling us why he wrote the Tanya and what will be achieved by learning Tanya. So the Alter Rebbe says, it's well known that all Anash say, the hearing words of Musar from a teacher addressing to an individual is not the same as seeing and reading in a book, which is a book is impersonal. And it addresses the reading audience at large. A reader who gains instructions in a book will read it after his own manner and mind. And according to his mental grasp and comprehension at that particular time. If his intellect and mind are confused, and wander about in the darkness and ideas pertaining to Avodas Hashem, you find it difficult to see the beneficial light hidden in books. Although his light will be pleasant to the eyes and healing for the soul. Now, aside from what we explained, the possibility that readers he'll have intellectual shortcomings and that will prevent him from perceiving the full light of what's written in the Svarim, there's another problem. The books of Yira found on human intellect doesn't affect all people equally. For not all intellects and minds are alike. The intellect of one man is not affected and aroused by that which is arouses the intellect of another. As the Chacham say in regards to the bracha of Chatim Harozim, which is he who is wise in secret, the special bracha. This is the Chachamim said that we make the bracha witnessing the gathering of 600,000 Yidden. We praise Hashem in knowing the secrets of them all. For their minds, in other words, the machshava, dibur, and feelings are all different from one another. Zal, Zechen Levrafa b'Muchama Shasham b'Feidish Hasifri Gabi Shush Namer b'Ish Ashiru Achbay. As the Ramban explains the reason for the brachas and as Muhammad's elaborating on the comment of the Sifri the Pasuk, describing Yeshua as a man in whom there is spirit. Shachalahalik neged ruchi shakol echad b'echad. Sifri explains that he was able to meet the spirit of every man. La'afilu b'Sifri Yidasher Yisayda Yisov Ari Kiddush. Even those works of Musar, the foundation is the peaks of Kedusha. They are founded, meaning that they are founded. Midrashi, Chachamenu, Zechen Levrach Asher Ruach Hashem Dibur Bam Meloisim Al Shenim. On the Midrashim of the Chachamim, in whom the Spirit of Hashem speaks, and His words is on our tongue, even in the case of such works. Teira and the Eibishter are one. All the 600,000 general souls of Israel, individual souls that are off their offshoots, down to even the soul spark residing within the least worthy and least estimate numbers of our people, the children of Eden. They're all bound to Torah. But the Torah is what binds into Hashem. As the Zohar explains. as a derech klalis l'cholis Yisrael. This is the general way for the Jewish people as a whole. Even though the Torah lets us interpret the general rules and the specific rules, and these applications may be further broken down to even more specific details, to apply to each individual neshama rooted in the Torah. Not every man is privileged to recognize his specific place in Torah, so that he may know how to derive specific guidance from it. Even in the halachas of forbidden and permissible, which have been part of the revealed parts of Torah, despite the differences between the generations, the halacha applies equally to all, complete, objectively prevailing. But we find that there's machlikas from one extreme to the other extreme, from Tanayim and Amarim, in many, many different halachas. Yet there's a rule that these are the words of the living Hashem, Lashon Rabim, in the plural form. Hashem Bekeir Achayim L'Neshamis Yisrael, because they are the source of the life of the Neshamis Yisrael. HaNechlekes, that Echal L'Shleshim Kabin, which are is broken down into three levels. You have Yeminu Smel Emtza, you have the right, the left, and the center. Shem Chesed, Gvura, Tiferes, which are Chesed, Gevura, and Tiferes. On the Neshamis Shesharshim Midas HaChesed, the souls which are rooted in the attribute of kindness, Hanagosin Gamken Hatis Klapi Chesed, they tend to be lenient in their halachic decisions, being inclined towards kindness. So the Hakol Kereda, that they're very makel, like is known. But he starts to Hashem Alikino, how much more so will this play out with things which are hidden to Hashem, namely the ones Chilu, which is awe, and Chilu, love, which are subjective by their nature, for they express themselves. In the mind and heart of each person according to his own measure. The full ma'ad, the Meshai Relibe, according to his heart's estimation and according to the gate that he makes in his heart to permit his intellectual understanding to pervade his heart and generate with him love and awe of Hashem. Like the Zayr says, her husband is known by the gates.